Hey out there in Guitarland, happy Black Friday, and I hope your Thanksgiving was something to be thankful for. I want to brief a little bit about this video series and explain that it's not that the licks aren't impressive. Of course, they're impressive when you're first starting, but it's just it's not as hard as you think they are when you actually sit down to learn them. And in reality, of course they're impressive in the sense that, hey, it makes you want to play more in order to do these things, but it's just a matter of the mechanics of them aren't really that big a deal, and that I'm trying to offer to the folks out there that, hey, it's within your grasp and you should try it. And once you get it down, hey, let's make it more complicated by adding stuff or applying variations to the theme. And so something that I mentioned the last time incorrectly was Call It Sleep. Call It Sleep was on my mind, which is why I said it, because it's the first time I ever experienced what I was looking at when I was 15 or 16 in Guitar for the Practicing Musician magazine, what I reckoned as 64th notes. Now, granted, that sounds fast, but it's not, because, I mean, it's quick, but in the grand scheme of things, it's all taken off of beats per minute, and we're talking about something that's like 52 beats per minute. So, but it really looks impressive on paper. So when you sit down to learn it, it's a little less crazy. And let me show you what I'm talking about here. It's just this 12, 15, and it is 4 notes per string. So it'll start you on a path of doing, crazy licks and stuff like that. But just to let you know, you have a minor third stretch here. So if you're not used to that, that's going to be a little uncomfortable. Yes. Minor third, followed by a whole step, followed by a whole step. So, and it's just ascending like that. If we were to play it another way, it would be significantly more difficult, but not impossible. However, we are playing it at this speed. Or you're literally just kind of tremolo picking in time. And he only plays it a couple of times, but that's pretty much it. So, as you can see, it's really not that kind of difficult. All you have to do is be able to move your fingers like that in a specific shape and pick really quickly, accurately as you can. And, you've got it. So, in making this more complex, I mentioned John Petrucci to a friend of mine about this, and he kind of did the harder work for us. So he took this shape. Now, I have no idea if this is where he was going with it when he was attempting this lead, but he does this lick in, I believe it's the Under the Glass Moon, or Under a Glass Moon solo. Okay, so we're looking at an altered scale shape, but if we wanted to look at that in kind of like, well, in context, what does this really look like besides this big monster weird stretchy chord? All right, so it's pentatonic, essentially, but it's a neat way of sweeping it, so you can get a lot of notes and a lot of quick succession. So this is, that's the octave. So we're talking about just a couple of notes off of that. Alters the scale. It's kind of neat. But that's kind of where we're at with it. So what is this? This is 19, 17, 15, 12 on successive strings. And then right back up to that same thing we were doing before. Then you tap on 21 and so that's really, it's pretty neat. Gotta say, he's definitely taken this thing and moved it a step further. We can also pick that and make it a little more challenging. But if we were to take it one step further than that, I would do, because it's an altered scale anyway, I would go ahead and play the same shape on the D string, and that'll start you in the correct spot. And you can do that. In fact, you know, it makes it extremely hard. But this, that's fun. And it's very challenging. As you can clearly see, I'm also having problems with it. But then again, I've just been giving it a little bit of thought. So why don't we also add another note? If you have a 24th fret, while you're holding down the 21st fret with your ring, or with your index, gosh, it's your middle finger. I must have eaten way too much pie yesterday. Tap on the 24th fret, and then pull off the rest of the way. If I can do it, you know, that's fun. Something like that. Well, at any rate, if you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comment section. I'd be happy to try to answer them. If you have any snarky comments, I'd be happy to answer those too. Have a great day, and may your Christmassy holiday season be festive and bright and full of shredaliciousness. Take care, everybody.